Ready to argue?
Yeah.
So much enthusiasm.
It'd be shocking if we don't.
All Hallows Eve, the evening your nightmares come to life, all the creatures of the night come out to play. It's time to pay tribute to this terrifying month, so join us as we celebrate the sinister season. This is the Venom month of horrors.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Cinematic Venom, and again, continuing Venom month, we're going to be discussing Saw. This is Sonia. So a lot of people don't like Saw because it's torture porn, but we do. So the first one, I think the first one should actually be in the 1001 movies that you must see before you die.
Is it not?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
Because it changed horror forever. I like films that are set entirely in one location. I wish they did the whole film in one location. They cut to like the cop.
Yeah.
What's his name? Danny Glover. Other than that, no, it's good. It was creative. They kept a lot of it off screen. I think people who don't like the series like this one.
Yeah, because it's not as bloody as it is.
Yeah.
It's more of a thriller, I think, the first one, really. Wouldn't you say?
That's true, yeah. It's where we disagree. I think the acting sucks.
I don't.
Now, the guy who plays Adam was the screenwriter, so that's fine.
Yeah, don't
I get that. He was pretty bad.
No, he wasn't.
See, that happened to me, see?
I told you. The same thing happened to me, see? I wasn't lying, see?
Calm down, Adam. Your acting sucks. Now, there's a part where he has to pretend to be poisoned. Now, that's supposed to be bad. So
yeah, that is.
That's hilarious. But the other guy, Cary Elwes, Dr. Gordon, is an actual actor who is awful.
No, well, he weren't that bad.
I thought he was fine until he has to be hysterical and like his wife's in danger and stuff, or Adam finds a picture of his family like gagged, and then he's like, "Why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you show me this before?"
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you see, now it's coming back to you.
Yeah, no, it is.
And then like his phone, he drops his phone or something. I need to help them. Oh, it's really bad. Other than that, the plot twist is great. I've never watched Saw with anyone who predicted it. I'm still not sure how Adam's asleep underwater at the start. I mean, I think they do a flashback in one of the sequels where they just throw him in the bath and then turn the tap on.
Yeah.
But then when he wakes up, the taps aren't on.
They came in and turned him back off.
What? Before he... Save the water bill.
They're taps that go up to the top or their eyes and then they stop.
Do they exist?
Yeah.
In that crappy bathroom?
You can put money in these things and then the water rises and then it stops at a certain point.
Jigsaw invested in those?
Yeah.
Okay. I do like the fact that, Dr. Gordon shoots him because he's a doctor. He knows where to shoot him, where he won't die. That's really clever.
Yeah.
I like the ending, and then obviously...
Oh, when he gets up off the floor.
Yeah, like when Gordon drags himself... When he saws his foot. I think we only see a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's still a bit cringy. I'm a massive wimp with gore.
I couldn't do it.
Would you just die?
Yeah.
Fuck it, mate. Fuck it. I'm done.
Give up.
They do flashbacks in this, and there's a trap where Jigsaw puts a fat guy who's suicidal in like barbed wire and stuff. But then people are like, "How does he get the body in there and then get out himself?" It's like a trap door in the wall. We're just picking holes here in the story, but it's
supposed to be sticking up.
They're fine if you just don't think about it. It's fine.
Just edit that bit out.
Yeah. Then Amanda Day had her first appearance in this. And I think it's a solid film. Not the best one.
No.
Speaking of the best one,
No.
Saw 2. Why don't you like Saw 2? Or not as much?
It's not I don't like it. It's just not. It's a bit slow.
It's got a story.
They've all got stories.
Donnie Wahlberg's in this one. He plays the main character, and this one focuses more on the killer. which normally I don't give a shit about learning the killer's backstory, but Tobin Bell is an amazing actor, and hearing, I don't know, I found this character really interesting, so spending more time with him I really liked. There's 2 twists. One of them's predictable. They're going to be spoilers, but you know...
if you haven't watched it now,
you're not going to watch this video if you haven't seen Saw. So one plot twist is that Amanda's helping Jigsaw. I think that's predictable.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I showed it to my ex, and she called that one, but no one's called the second one, where like obviously there's hints, where it's like your son is in a safe location, and he's literally in the safe, in the same room. That's brilliant. And that all he had to do was talk to him for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Which would have been a much more boring movie. There's cringy deaths in this. Well, there's Amanda gets thrown in a pit of syringes.
That doesn't bother me. I mean, it hurt.
Needles.
She
man.
deserves it. Even when I didn't know, she deserves it.
That's and then the big butch guy cuts off, like, they have combinations on the back of their necks, and he cuts off his own one, and I'm like, would you really be able to do that in one attempt? Like, get the exact... I'm just saying. There's still pointing holes here. It's got the black guy from Speed.
What black guy from Speed?
You seen Speed? There's
yes.
there's a part where Keanu Reeves like jumps in a car, and there's the token black guy. That's the guy who was in Saw 2.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, he's always the token black guy, even in this. Now, I think this film's great. Donnie Wahlberg's character was really likable. The ending, I think, is really sad. He gets taken in there. He gets locked in. I do like when I first watched it and they revisit the bathroom. I was like, oh shit, that's brilliant. And Adam's like, because I always wondered when I first watched Saw 2, I was like, what the fuck happened to Adam? What the hell happened to Dr. Gordon? Because they don't even mention them. And then Adam's dead. Dr. Gordon pissed off. We find out later. Yeah. But now I think Saw 2 is the best one. I've watched it over and over. I think it's a lot more creative and story-driven, whereas the sequels, I like the sequels, but they do get more...
They do get more bloody.
Yeah. The plots get a bit contrived, and it's just I think the sequels do try too hard to try to be clever. So Saw 3, the one where Jigsaw dies, I get the feeling they thought, right, we're going to end with 3. We're going to make a trilogy, and then it made a shitload of money. Yeah. Because I don't get why they'd have him die. Because when I first watched it and he died in part 3. And then I knew he was in every one after that. Okay. I think this one's the one where it starts to get gorier. Like there's a surgery scene on his brain. I didn't really want to see that. I think this is also where they begin to kind of... I don't know if it was intentional, but they kind of get you to feel sorry for Jigsaw. He's a cancer patient, and then we find out more about him in the other sequels. Amanda gets more... screen time. I love the chemistry between them. I think that her character's actually written quite well.
She's a psycho.
So basically he wants a nurse to remove his tumour, because apparently it's that easy.
She's good at her job.
And then meanwhile there's another guy who looks like the dude from Hangover, is wandering around doing a trap, and then he shows up and he's trying to avenge his kid.
Well, his kid got killed by a hit and run, the black kid that's in that horrible trap.
Oh yeah.
And the woman that's in that cold room, I think she was a witness, but didn't come forward. Do anything,
yeah. That seems horrible, where she's frozen and he could have saved her. And isn't it about forgiveness, if he can forgive them? And
he does try to save them. That's the whole thing. He does try, but...
See, these films have a message.
He only saves the judge, but then the judge gets shot in the face, doesn't he? So pointless.
And then Jigsaw dies. Amanda Amanda dies, doesn't she? She gets shot. They're all too similar. I'm sure she gets shot in this one. Because if Jigsaw dies, then the nurse dies. Yeah. And then he freaks out and shoots Amanda. I'm pretty sure.
He's got to. Where would she go?
She's not in 4. She's not in 4. Yeah, so she died. Now, Saw 3, I think he gets locked in the room at the end, doesn't he? Does he get locked in the room?
Yeah, he gets locked in there, and then in the other one, the copper comes in and shoots him.
Yeah, you see, we got this.
Yeah.
That's part 4. Right, so part 4. Okay, so we just watched the trailer. So it was actually... Watch the trailer for Saw 4.
That.
Sorry, we totally knew. We just remembered. So Amanda killed the nurse.
Yeah.
And then the guy killed Amanda and then sawed Jigsaw's throat.
Sword.
You saw what I did there. Saw 4 is when it gets silly. Which, by the way, is your favourite?
Number 3 is my favourite.
Okay.
Because it has the gruesome trap and all of his bones.
Well, the black guy.
Yeah, I can never watch it.
You're sick. Why is this your favourite? It's got the most gruesome one.
Yeah, that's why.
I've always found it weird that in 7 films, Jigsaw never did a trap based around someone's genitalia. I'm just saying, in horror films...
Why would he do that?
He'll twist bones.
He wouldn't be able to watch that, though, would he? He wouldn't... Why would he do that?
Jigsaw's fucked up. Maybe I'm fucked up, aren't I? But anyway, Saw 4... Okay, so Jigsaw, as he's dead... It's now flashback mode and time lapse and everything's topsy-turvy, but he swallows a videotape. Yeah. Just go with it.
Not a big one. Only one.
And then they dig it out and he's like, did you think this would stop just because I'm dead? This is so fucking stupid.
That's normally how it goes, but obviously not.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Like, he's planned everything. Jigsaw's the smartest character ever. In the next 3 films, everything is planned perfectly. I think this one's silly because, like, they kept Donnie Wahlberg alive from part 2 and his head gets crushed.
Yeah.
And everything. But basically, each film seems to have a message that the main character has to go through. Yeah. This one, the cop needs to learn to not go through doors.
Yeah. To wait back. Patience. It's a good message.
Just patience.
Yeah.
Patience, or he'll get his head crushed.
Yeah, he should have listened.
There is a death in this. I think it was the first trap where I was rooting for the person to die. Basically, the cop comes across someone who, in a hotel, who rapes people and videos it.
Yeah.
So
he did his time. But yeah.
No, he deserved it. So basically, he lies down and he has to sacrifice his eyeballs and things go through his eyes and shit. Yeah, good.
But it gets pulled apart anyway, doesn't he?
Yeah, good. He suffered first though.
Yeah.
Prick. Yeah, and then this is the one where they switch Jigsaw for the cop, the killer cop. Which, how do you feel about the new Jigsaw? He was alright, wasn't he? The cop Jigsaw.
Cop Jigsaw? What,
the cop who started taking over? Yeah.
He's okay. He's a good actor.
He's not as good as Tobin Bell.
No.
But he's okay.
He isn't.
Yeah. Saw 4 was all right. I think they gradually not get worse, but the plot gets more forced. It
doesn't get forced.
I think they struggle to give a reason to continue the story. Like, oh shit, let's make another one. How? When he's dead? He swallowed a VCR that had a tape in it. Yeah,
it works.
That's the plot for Saw 8. The thing is, they don't seem that stupid when you watch them. It's just when you sit here and like logically.
And at least you found out what happened to Eric Matthews.
Yeah, so it's not as stupid as we're making it sound. I promise. Go and watch them. Also, we've got to mention in Saw 4, I think that's the one where we get more backstory about Jigsaw's wife. She miscarries at one point, and that's actually really difficult to watch. And again, you feel bad for him.
Yeah, well, there is,
it's to the point you're like, I can see why he's doing this.
Yeah, exactly. There's a point to his madness.
So yeah, Saw 5 is when the killer, what is it, his son gets killed. Is that why he...
No, his daughter.
His daughter
gets killed. So he puts the guy who did it in a trap, making it look like it was Jigsaw that was doing it.
And then Jigsaw's pissed off, and then they join forces. It's at this point, the films look more like a CSI. They look like a TV show than movies, which isn't really a bad thing. It's just, I don't know, it looked weird. So a lot of it is focused on the cop now being a killer, and he frames another cop, and then he ends up killing him, which is gross because he's like in a room where the walls are closing in, and he tries climbing up, and the bones in his elbow snap.
But all he had to do was trust him and get in that glass box.
That is true. The new killer...
But you're hardly going to trust him, are you?
The new killer looks so badass, though. He's so bloody smug. I love it. No, the traps are really cool. I mean, I think they start out and they all have a key on the back of their thing, and they all lean forward, and one of them gets headshot. Each round kind of thing, one of them gets killed, and then...
And do you know what they could have done to have all this? They only had to get one key, and
Yeah.
it would have unlocked it all. They didn't have to fight to get those keys.
And then, so basically there's 2 of them left, and they have to drain about half their body's blood each, and there's a saw that goes through, and by the
Yeah.
end of it, their arms are like hanging off. That's the grossest trap, I think. That's so messed up.
Wouldn't have done it.
Again, just kill me. Fuck it.
Or I'd have knocked the other person out and just, you know,
It's a good point, actually.
just shove their arms.
I mean, I can't remember which one it was.
But they are working together, which was the point of it, and they both lived.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember if it was this one or part 6, but there's a one where there's a black girl and then a fat guy,
Yeah.
and they have to like she
Do
cuts
the
her
weight.
she cuts her arm off, and then people are like, why don't they just piss in it? It went by weight.
Maybe they didn't need to go wee.
I mean, I guess she couldn't, but
Exactly, and they didn't need to go wee.
in that situation, I'd definitely be going for a piss. Saw 4 and I have trouble remembering which one's which between 4, 5, and 6 because they're all very similar style.
Yeah.
But I still like them. They're very CSI-like, but still good. Until we get to 6.
Why? Why?
I like all of them. I think this is the least good one because I want to believe they completely changed writers and the writer had no idea how Jigsaw worked because... So there's a trap where they're on like a carousel and there's a shotgun and he can only save 2 people or something. Or is it 2?
No, is it 2? Yeah, it's 2. isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Which means...
And they're both.
so Jigsaw's character originated as he gave people the choice to survive.
It's not giving.
And now, 4 of them are fucked.
Yeah, but it's more. It's because
And
he needs to make the decision because in his job he makes decisions every day,
Yeah.
which causes people to die. So.
But my problem with 6 is, like I said, so every character who goes through these traps, Jigsaw's whole thing is you need to learn to appreciate your life kind of thing. This guy goes through all of the traps, and for those of you who don't know, he refused to give Jigsaw treatment.
Yeah, so it's personal, isn't it?
So, but anyway, so he goes through the entire trap, and then when he gets to the end, it's not even his game, and he dies anyway.
That is a bit of a.
And I'm like, that's not how Jigsaw works. That's not how his character works at all. He goes through all of that, and they're like, nah. And then the kid chooses to kill him.
Which is cruel.
Like, he does redeem himself. He saves... Does he save everyone? Well, no, because he saves the old woman instead of the young guy. Would you have saved the old woman? There was a choice. You could either save an old woman who...
She has a family.
Yeah, the guy was a
He
loner.
would be a loner, but if you went by his formula, she's old. She's going to die soon anyway, so save the kid. Which is the right formula. I'm sorry, if a young kid had cancer and I had something, and then there's an old guy who had cancer and I had the treatment, I would save the kid. Wouldn't you save the kid? I would save the kid. I'm going to be in a saw trap, aren't I?
Like I say, I like them all. I think this is the least good one.
Yeah, but how he dies is pretty gruesome. He don't deserve that, does he?
How did he die again? Did he get
Remember
crushed?
that acid went in his body
Oh.
when he pulled the lever thingy. So he's literally didn't like that one.
And then we got...
And his sister watched. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
She was on the other side. She was the journo, wasn't she? Right about that, isn't it?
So Saw 7, or Saw 3D, which I used to credit for being the only series that had the final one, or whatever it's called. And then sticking to it. But now there's a new one coming out. So, Saw 7, I think this one's at least different. Chester Bennington's in it. He's really good in it, actually. And they have a public trap right at the beginning, which is a really cool idea. So basically, there's this guy who gets famous by pretending he was in a trap. Which,
So obviously he's going to be in a trap.
which is a really cool idea. Again, Tobin Bell's only in this about 2 minutes, which is a shame. But yeah, I like the idea. They bring back loads of Saw survivors, but this has the most predictable twist
Well, I didn't
in
get
history. I called it, I'm not exaggerating, the first scene. So, 6 films, and we don't know what happened to Dr. Gordon. And then as soon as the film
it.
starts...
I never thought about him.
The film starts, and he's climbing out of the bathroom. And I'm like, right, he's Jigsaw. And then, even if you didn't call it then, they have like an AA meeting with all the survivors. Yeah, he's out and goes, like, he applauds the guy for faking it and stuff. And, okay, well, he's definitely Jigsaw now.
No.
The series have a tendency to
I'd
like...
be annoyed if a guy was, acting
just
like he went in one when he bloody
well,
didn't.
if he didn't appear at the end as Jigsaw, his role in the film would have been really pointless. They did backtrack a lot and be like, oh, by the way, Amanda was helping Jigsaw. Oh, by the way, the cop was helping, and so was Dr. Gordon. But the others didn't know about Dr. Gordon. He did like the medical stuff, like sewing people's mouths shut, which is a cool idea. No, the trap itself with the faker, I like. It was a bit of comeuppance. There's something that's always bothered me. So his last trap, he has to put the hooks through his chest and pull himself up.
Yeah,
He's wearing jeans. Put them through the jeans. I just ruined that scene for you.
That's not it. He deserved to hook him anyway because he's said that happened. So fucking do it then. Can I swear?
Yeah, I've been swearing all this time. Well, this is demonetized now. But then the thing is,
she was.
He doesn't die. His wife dies.
Yeah, and she was innocent because she didn't realise that he was faking it. That's the cruel.
What a bastard!
That's just wrong. I do agree with that one. That's cruel.
I mean,
because all the others deserve to die.
I mean, a lot of people actually hate this one. This is probably the most hated one for some reason. I don't get why. Everyone I've heard, they actually love 6 and think this is arse. I think the opposite, but I don't think 6 is arse, but I think 7 is solid and 6 is just less solid. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's liquid. So that's all the films. We like them all, and we're going to discuss the new one in a second. I'm trying to think, like, how would you rank them best to worst? Go.
What? you start. You got to give me a second on this.
2-1.
I don't remember.
2-1, 7, 3, 5, 4, 6.
Okay, 3, 8, 1, 5.
Sounds like we're giving a safe combination.
7, 6, and 2.
What is wrong with 2? What is wrong with 2?
It's the boring one.
Ah.
And Amanda's in it too much.
Amanda's alright. She's in 3 more.
Yeah, but she's in the whole, acting all innocent.
She was innocent. She was manipulated by Jigsaw. He took
She's
advantage.
A psycho.
Jigsaw's
She
a
loves
psycho.
him. Did you see how, jealous
It's a bit weird.
she was?
He's like 75.
Well, he's alright.
Would you?
Robert can win for me.
Dressed as Freddy.
No, not as
Welcome to my room, bitch.
We're going off subject.
So, Jigsaw 2017. I don't know if Dr. Gordon's in it. I like how Carrie Elwes, who plays Dr. Gordon, said, like, obviously he wasn't in 2 through 6 because, well, there were a lawsuit issue. He sued, like, the makers of the films and shit, but he said he'd only appear in them again if it was the last film. Kind of fucked him over there, didn't it? Originally, when I heard they were doing another one, I thought maybe Jigsaw had a son.
That's what I thought.
That no one knew about.
How?
But the trailer indicates that it's actually
him.
Jigsaw, like his blood, unless he has a twin. Is that how twins work?
Same blood?
But I would have... That'd be a massive plot hole. 7 films and no one mentioned that he had a twin. No, it looks really good. The
doctor could have cut his hand off and then just placed them on each person.
Just like that. I'm really intrigued to see what they do. Some of the traps look like the old ones, but they might have had a variation to it.
Yeah.
The producers said they're going back to the roots of the series where they don't rely on just gore.
Okay.
So they're going...
yeah.
He said they're going back to the original 2. No, it's that original 2.
They're going to be crap.
So I'm intrigued. I don't think they'll stop at this one. I don't know how they're going to do it if it's his blood. How can
trying
they...
to think, aren't we? Okay.
And he didn't really die. He
How
faked an autopsy.
How would that work, though, if they did bring him back? And if he didn't...
I'm trying to think...
How could he survive that?
That wasn't really him.
They can't bring him back.
Oh, they can. He planned everything else.
Yeah.
He planned a body double.
Yeah, he brought a clone. Yeah.
We're clueless. We're going to have to go see it. October 27th. Awesome. How would you rate the whole series? Great or shit? Shit.
The whole series?
Yeah, the whole series. In one word.
Good. Gory.
Gory, yes. I get people think it's torture porn, but I don't think it is torture porn. There is a story in there.
Yeah.
Beyond.
It makes you think, and then when you watch it, you go, oh my god.
Yeah, like the
Anyway.
twists. I think
Yeah.
the twists added something, which is why they should be in the 1001. Like, people talk about M. Night Shyamalan doing twists, but these are better. Fuck the Sixth Sense. Yeah, they once you get past the blood and guts and shit, there is a story in there somewhere.
Why
I
would you
promise.
want to get past the blood?
Well, because I'm such a pussy with gore, I'm literally watching half the films looking away.
But it was so good.
Yeah, but I've watched them so many times, and I don't know if they're going to keep doing these every year like they did before, but should be intriguing. So go watch it.
Game over.